After almost 16 weeks as acting Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Walter Nkanu Onnoghen was eventually confirmed as the substantive Chief Justice of the Federation by the Nigerian Senate on Wednesday, March the 1st. Expectations are high. The Buhari administration has prioritized the war against corruption as one of its cardinal missions. An effective and vibrant judiciary will play an integral part in the execution of this battle if it's to be won. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Hard Copy, the program where we bring you the people behind the news. I'm Maokbe Ogun. In a country where many perceive that there are two laws, one for the rich and the other for the poor, the stakes are high, and Justice Onnoghen has promised that under his watch, the judiciary will be above board.
I believe that you don't need to see a judge before you can have justice. I also believe that it takes two to have a dispute, and I know that both of them don't have the same story to tell as to the reasons for that dispute. The judge comes in to try to apply some rules to determine which of the two could be the likely person to be right. And I believe if we all know that both of us who have dispute and approach the court can never walk out of that court as winners, that one must win and one must lose, that the stronger case will always be the decision of the court, then the better for all of us.
Does the judiciary have all it needs at its disposal to ensure that the law is fair and equitable to all? Tonight, we examine this question, especially in light of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act of 2015. Our guest is Olawale Fapohunda, a former Attorney General of Ekiti State and one of Nigeria's leading experts in justice sector reforms. Olawale Fapohunda, you're welcome to Hard Copy.
Thank you for having me.
Well, finally, after almost, would you say much ado, the Senate has finally confirmed Justice Walter Onnoghen as a substantive Chief Justice of Nigeria. What did you make of the noise before his confirmation?
Unnecessary. I think totally unnecessary. The time that we spent debating whether or not it should have been confirmed, in my view, could have been properly spent trying to find solutions to the huge problems that are not affecting the judiciary now, but also the justice sector.
Well, quite a number of people believe that he's going to have a while to serve. He's 66 years and hopefully should retire at 75 if everything goes well, and that, he'll be able to, satisfy a couple of yearnings that people have had in the judiciary for quite a while. What would you say is on his plate immediately for him to solve?
I think the first point of call definitely should be to restore confidence to judiciary at two levels. Give confidence to judicial officers themselves and also restore citizens' confidence. Now, since 1999, a number of us who work in the public interest field, public interest law field, have been very aggressive in telling whoever will hear, including the government of the day, that we cannot hope to consolidate our democracy if we do not focus on the judiciary and the justice sector. Regrettably, somehow, both judiciary and justice sector never seems to be priority. On the inception of the Buhari administration, again, we began a conversation around the three intervention areas: economic growth, security, and corruption. And our view was that you cannot hope to make progress on these three intervention areas if you do not prioritize administration of justice. So I hope, all the discussions now around whether or not the CJN should be confirmed will probably translate, haven't been confirmed now, will translate into a more focused discussion about whether our justice system serves the interests of justice, whether Nigerians are really getting the kind of justice that, that we desire?
It's a very big question. And one of the reasons, I mean, one of the major breakthroughs a lot of people felt happened was this Administration of Criminal Justice Act in 2015. You were part of the committee that was able to draft the bill and finally saw it through to law. Let's quickly talk about, you know, what it specifies or what the purpose of the law. First of all, it says it's to promote efficient management of the criminal justice institutions, speedy dispensation of justice, protection of the society from crime, protection of the rights of the suspect, the defendant, and the victim. Now, the Act has been praised in many quarters. It's said to address a lot of the lapses and has been quite innovative in many respects, but then there's also been criticism. Now, first of all, people will ask, why did it take so long? I was just reading and I found out that, you know, since 1999, there have been, you know, work on this particular act, and it was not until 2015 before it eventually was passed. Why did it take so long for something that was needed so urgently?
Well, it's part of the problem with the perceptions of our criminal justice, our justice system as a whole. Regrettably, it's not priority. You know, for me, one of the big disappointments coming out of military rule and into democracy was the lack of recognition of administration of justice. And it's not just the Act. The Prisons Act that presently governs the administration of prisons in Nigeria was last reviewed in 1972. So presently, it has no relevance to prisons, prison officers. It has no relevance to prison officials themselves.